Some homeowners in a Boca Raton subdivision are growing increasingly concerned that some rule enforcement and red tape from their HOA are indications that they're not welcome in their own neighborhood.
CBS 12's Lena Salzbank says that some of the people she spoke to in her story, well, they asked not to be identified. She has more tonight on the controversy.
The Parkview Estates HOA, also known as the Avalon development, is just around a 2-mile walk to the Boca Raton West Synagogue. And for Orthodox families who have to walk to synagogue on the Sabbath, they need to go down Palmetto Park Road, down 441 just to make it to prayer, until one neighbor installed a gate, and he told them to feel free to use that gate. But then the HOA said, not so fast. This gate, a shortcut to Temple, has triggered a lawsuit and is raising fears of anti-Semitism in the Avalon community of 84 homes.
I was terrified for my family, for my wife and my children, knowing that deep-seated anti-Semitism was sitting within what I thought to be peaceful community that I had moved into.
Nearly a dozen Orthodox Jewish families live here, and on the Sabbath, they walk rather than drive to the synagogue as an expression of their devotion to God. This gate makes the walk shorter and safer for everyone.
We maintain the custom that we do not use any motor vehicles from Friday evening through Saturday evening at sundown. It's not really an option when it comes to like our lifestyle. That's just basically how we live our life.
For months, everything was fine. Then the gate owner got word that he was being sued by the HOA. The lawsuit claims the gate is a security risk because it creates a secondary access point to the community. Residents tell CBS 12 News that reasoning doesn't hold water.
You have homes without fences, you have homes with short fences, you have homes with wood fences, and homes with metal fences.
Our crews drove around the subdivision and found broken and short fences on the same side of the development and multiple homes in other areas along the perimeter with no fences at all. Meanwhile, residents say the gate in question is securely locked when not in use.
Once we knew that this was not anything new to the community, other than the fact that Orthodox Jews specifically were utilizing it, then it became obvious to us that this is more than just you can't make an alteration to your property.
Avalon's HOA bylaws regarding the property's improvements like gates and fences, as quoted in the lawsuit, are short and simple, stating, "No improvements shall be constructed, installed, painted, erected, removed, planted, or maintained in or on any lot if the same shall be visible outside of that lot." The gate is not visible from the street or the sidewalk, so CBS 12 News reached out to the HOA attorney who filed the lawsuit. We wanted to know if properties with partial or no fences are also being sued over secondary access points, and which bylaws, if any, does the gate violate. The HOA's lawyer, Guy Shear, emailed that he would address our questions a month ago. He never did. Then there's this. Shortly after the HOA announced they were suing over the gate, this anonymous letter from someone claiming to live in the Avalon was sent to the neighboring HOA in Rainberry Park, on the other side of the gate. The letter points out that dozens of Orthodox Jews are using the path and that gate right now, and warns more will be moving in if it isn't stopped. Rainberry Park says they're fine with people walking through their property to Temple, leaving Orthodox families in Avalon to wonder who among their neighbors might have written such a note.
Why is it so widely accepted that we can say, that we can voice such concern, such fear-mongering regarding Orthodox families, whereas if you replace that with African American or Muslim, or again, insert race here, there would be there'd be an immediate distress call.
On Friday, the Parkview Estates HOA board, which oversees the Avalon, reported to members of the community that someone had filed a complaint with the Anti-Defamation League. The board and their lawyers met with the ADL to discuss those allegations in the complaint, which they did not describe in detail. The HOA board says that the Anti-Defamation League says that no further action is needed and that they closed out the complaint. Meanwhile, the issue over whether or not a gate is allowed along the perimeter of this community, the board says that needs to be taken up by a vote, and homeowners will need to vote on this by the 12th. In Boca Raton, Lena Salzbank, CBS 12 News.